Hello, everybody. It's me, Hawk, and today I'm back again with another prediction about what we're going to get in midterm destruction. So, we went over Jaden, and Jaden is about exactly what you'd expect. And since Jaden's what you expect, and maybe some slightly better things, Sartorius is exactly what you think. So I went down it, and Arcana Force does not have a lot. Like, it's there. There's some neat things. But, I basically have every Arcana monster in here. There's some exceptions, one of which is an OCG exclusive currently, so I'm not going to put it in here, because that would be silly. And the other one is one that I'm a little questionable on. We'll get there when we get there. So we'll just start them in order and work our way up. So Arcana Force 0, the Fool. We have proven that we are not scared of things that don't die to battle. Because I'm basically counting the tokens as things that don't die to battle. We have a million ways of solving it. And honestly, the Fool's fine. It's not that impressive, to be honest. Its targeting protection means absolutely nothing. It just doesn't. It means literally nothing. No one cares. It's just a 0/0 that can't die to battle. We have lots of piercers. We have lots of battle protection, battle position shifters. I mean, we play most of them standard. This would just be an all-right tribute fodder. Now, I know some people are going to go, I don't know. And fair enough, but it's not that big of a deal. It's fine. You can let them have the Fool. Because honestly, a lot of the other stuff in here sucks. The Magician is fine. It's kind of shit, okay? It's kind of shit. I say fine, and it's like, I mean, you could make it have 2,200 attack points, that's cool, but it's dog shit. The Empress is not much better. I mean, yeah, you can get a special summon out of it. It's cute. It's not very good or consistent. It's just kind of eh. The Emperor makes them all slightly bigger. And if you're noticing that I'm assuming all of the effects are going to be the good ones, I'm presuming he's going to have a skill that basically causes that to happen. Just letting you know that. Then there's the Lovers, which is just a 2 tribute. No one cares. Don't we have Kaiser Seahorse? I think we have Kaiser Seahorse, which basically does the same thing, but all the time, so whatever. The Chariot is actually kind of okay. It steals things. It's just not very big, but it steals stuff. That's cool. Temperance! Now we're actually getting to something decent. Temperance is a payoff. You have all battle damage you take, which is cool. But it's not a huge thing. But you can just chuck it to take no battle damage. So it's Karibo. So there's something to be said there. Then we have the Moon, who's fine. It makes tokens. I know we all hate tokens. But it's a 2 tribute, guys. It's fine. Or you could cheat it out slightly and then you get free Moon tokens, but who cares? It's not a big deal. It's a big idiot. And here we have
Arcana Force 21, the world.
This one I am concerned about. Because holy shit. Now, either the world is dog shit or broken out the ass. Okay? So the upside here is you can't use tokens to cause this effect because you have to send them to the graveyard. But there are ways to do stupid looping bullshit with this. I don't know how we would do that, but I'm certain there is a stupid combo that I can't think of right now that somebody is already thinking of with this card. So this one I'm very concerned about, but it's also a really prominent Sartorius card, so we kind of have to. I'm not enthused, because either it's going to suck ass or do something degenerate. That's kind of my issue. And then here's the actual boss monster I wanted them to use, the Light Ruler. Now, you are noticing that the Dark Ruler isn't in here. That's because the Dark Ruler can just attack twice with no caveats. It's not against monsters. It's 4,000 attack and gets to attack 2 times. Or it, blows up the entire fucking board when it dies. It's kind of a crazy-ass card. The Light Ruler is good, and is slightly less insane, but it's still a 4,000, heads. When it destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can target 1 card in your graveyard and add that target to your hand, which is cool. You can get stuff back. Tails, and then this is the better one in my opinion. During either player's turn, when a spell or trap card or monster effect that targets this card is activated, this is specific to targeting, but it's, hey, target negates. You can have it lose 1,000 attack and negate the activation and then destroy it. So, that's 4 targeting negates. And I say 4 because you could just slap Solitary Sword of Poison on it, and this thing has 8,000 attack, which is very silly. Is that necessarily good? I don't know. I don't actually know if it's necessarily worth the effort of tributing 3 things, but it's an option. Now we go to the back row, which got weird. I had to dig a little, okay? I had to dig a tad in order to find some stuff, but I have put all of the Arcana back row in here, just because most of it's not very good, and the new stuff is fine. Speaking of new stuff, here's Arcana Reading. Toss a coin and apply this effect. If light barrier is on your field zone, you can choose the effect instead. Heads, add 1 card from your deck to your hand that has a coin tossing effect, except Arcana Reading. Now this obviously lets you search everything, including Cup of Ace, and yes, Cup of Ace is in here. We're just gonna accept it. But it's just mostly going to be for grabbing the Arcana you need. There's a couple of other things in here that let you get some stuff, but it's not a big deal. I don't think we have anything too silly with coin tossing. It's not like you're going to go get Desperado Barrel Dragon, who I do not expect us to be getting. Then Tails, your opponent adds 1 card from their deck to their hand, and yeah, you're never picking that because you're going to be having Light Barrier up. So you can banish this card from your graveyard immediately after this effect resolves. Normal summon 1 Arcana Force monster. So that one's pretty good. This looks, it's like, ooh, that's a lot of stuff. Is it though? It's effectively an Arcana Force Rhoda, or just any coin flipping card, Rhoda. And then you get a free normal summon by banishing it. Whoop-de-doo. It's completely fine. Cup of Ace is Cup of Ace, and I'm putting this in because I am assuming they're not going to be stupid and repeat the Duel Links problem of just giving Sartorius the first 3 coin flips to be automatic heads. I am assuming something either this card as a skill, just because someone's being lazy, and this one's fine. You toss a coin, and then if it's heads, all the Arcanas you get to pick, which is nice. And then you gain life points when they destroy stuff by battle, which is cool. The other effect, the skill I'm assuming is he'd probably have something like second coin toss, but for Arcanas specifically, or something along the lines of flip 2 when you when an Arcana Force monster requires you to flip a coin, flip 2, pick the result. Something along those lines is my assumption. His skills are probably going to be boring, unless they're doing fate manipulation stuff, then those could get significantly more exotic and interesting. But I am just going to assume Sartorius' skills are going to be a little on the boring side in order to... They'll be boring but good. And I'm okay with boring but good. Second coin toss is in here because it's thematically appropriate and it's totally fine. Yes, I put Sanctuary in the Sky in here. If anything, Tornado Wall and Alo have proven that we can handle this sort of stuff. Because while those are a 2-card combo, those don't require monsters. So you just don't take battle damage if those 2 are on the board. This one at least requires a monster. So Sanctuary's fine. We can let the fairies have nice things. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's not... I don't expect to see Cyber Angels attempting this, so don't worry about it. Arcana Call is one of their traps. It's fine. You just pick an Arcana Force monster you control, you remove from play an Arcana Force monster from either player's graveyard, and then the selected monster's effect becomes the remove monster's effect for the same coin toss result. So basically what happens is, let's just say I've normal summoned Empress and she's got heads. I can use Arcana Call and banish the world, and then she could effectively use the world's effect. So she replaces hers with that one. Is this good? No, it is not. It's stupid. It will only ever be used for stupid shit. But it's in here anyway. It's fine. It's gonna get in here just because it's an Arcana card. Lucky Chance. This one is a little weird. Not 100% certain if I'm okay with this, just because God only knows how this is going to interact with skills. But it's not a big deal. But it's once per chain. If a monster effect is activated that tosses a coin once, call heads or tails. If your call matches the coin toss for that monster effect, draw one card immediately after the effect resolves. So basically, you're doing the Arcana Force monsters when they come out. They'll flip it, and then Lucky Chance will go off, and you can, if you call it right, get it. Because this one, you don't do the coin toss with Light Barrier. So you want to actually do the coin tosses, which is where a second coin toss comes in to help you with this shit. But you can have a deep draw, sort of. You're getting an extra draw, which I don't think is a huge fucking deal, and you have to call a coin toss right. I mean, even with second coin toss helping you out, I don't think this is a big deal. It's a goofy card that I thought might be kind of fun, and I didn't want to put Tour of Doom in, which is an actual card Sartorius uses. Spoiler alert, I don't have Tour of Doom in here. You know what? I'll just show you why at the end. Next one's Reversal of Fate. Select an Arcana Force monster you control. Its effect is now treated as the opposite coin toss. This is for correcting your shit luck. That's it. It's not very good. Light of Judgment is there for Sanctuary in the Sky. You can discard a light monster and then apply one of the following effects. Look at your opponent's hand and discard one card from their hand. Send one card your opponent controls to the graveyard. This is just good stuff, okay? The Arcana Force deserve this. They're a giant pile of light fairies. Here is some light fairy support. That's it. This isn't a big deal. It's totally fine. I mean, the second effect's really good. I mean, the first effect's also really good. You can just rip a card out of someone's hand. But the second effect is like, yeah, go away, Azana. Fuck off. I'm not dealing with you. Which is very good. I won't pretend it's not. But I don't think this card is broken, because you have to be paying light monsters, you have to have Sanctuary in the Sky in the field, and it has to go to the graveyard. So, Banisher, fucking Macro stops this. There's a lot of things that are in the way of Light of Judgment being really good. I think it's just a good card. And then, as you can see, Wabaku gets reprinted because it's an appropriate card for Sartorius to have. Now, let me show you Tour of Doom real quick. Okay, so the reason I didn't put Tour of Doom in is I'm going to read it here. During your opponent's standby phase, toss a coin. Heads, your opponent cannot normal or flip summon until the end phase. Tails, you cannot normal or flip summon during your next phase. So, the reason for this is because if you put this in here, and depending on what his skill is, like if it's literally just second coin toss the skill and not actually sitting in the back row, you can have a very high success rate of just heat waving your fucking opponent. Which is actually worse than... Actually, it's basically just heat waving. Heat wave your opponent all the fucking time. Now, if they have a special summon, they're okay. They can get around this. But we don't do a ton of special summoning. So no, we're not putting this in. Is it a good floodgate? No. But if Sartorius' skill is even remotely decent, that is going to suck ass. And you don't want to fucking deal with this thing, because you just lose to coin flips then. You are losing not because of anything you could set up, but because this card is fucking stupid. So I didn't put it in here. Now, is Sartorius looking a little bland? Yes, that is kind of a problem. Sartorius is a little bland. I actually didn't realize that when I was going through and just digging all these out. I'm like, oh my god, there's like no Arcana Force cards. It's all monsters, and like I said, I only left out, I'm pretty sure 2 of them. And then I have all of the back row in here. Their back row sucks ass. This is fine because it's unfucking their actual downside, and this is actually just a good card. This is situationally useful. I mean, I guess, turning Temperance into Chariot would be kind of neat, because then she's just Goyo Guardian, which is kind of cool. This one is just going, I fucked my coin flip up. This card's terrible. It's going to be in here because it's an Arcana Force card, and that's kind of how just Konami does shit. But, my god, this card is fucking ass. So, while I am excited for Arcana Force because I enjoy them as a deck and as a concept, I don't have real high hopes for them because I'm not exactly certain what the fuck Konami's going to do with them. They are going to live or die by their skills. They're going to be in the same problem Archfiends are. Archfiends had some interesting bits and pieces. Annihilator was really cool. Kind of wish we had gotten Cavalry and Commander, but we can't get that lucky. And they lived or died by their skills, and their skills were mediocre, so Sartorius is in the same boat. I kind of hope since he's a primary villain, he'll have better skills. Again, they don't need to be flashy, they just need to fucking work. A skill that's just flip 2 coins, pick the result, would do a hell of a lot for the Arcana Force, because then you're not so reliant on Light Barrier being out. You're still playing it, because sweet mother of God, do you need to play this card? But you are in a much better position if you don't have it, because you can just slap something down, and you have much better odds of getting that heads you need. Anyway, I've been Hawk. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below and tell me what you think. What do you want? What weird-ass card that fits perfectly did I miss? Because there's a lot of them that I probably have that would fit very appropriately. Are you okay with Sanctuary in the Sky and, Light of Judgment being in here? I think they're completely fine, but, maybe I'm completely insane. We've been over this. So, remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below. Peace out, everybody.
時を止まれ